Hi everyone, welcome back to the Allyn Carey Show. So today we're going to discuss, is it okay to brag about yourself on social media? What do we think of companies still allowing their employees to work from home even after this pandemic is over with? And what do we think of PDA? Let's get started. So the first thing, is it okay to brag about yourself on social media? You know, when you're like, I'm beautiful, I'm this, I'm smart, and you got like, you know, your selfie. What do we think of that? People do it, I see it all the time.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, you put out there what you want to attract, I guess. I mean, because I mean, hey,
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, I mean, if you want that kind of attention, hey, I'll be honest. Some people have like a close knit group, but that works for them. For me, I don't necessarily do that as much because I don't want that kind of attention to me, and it can attract certain people that have certain things in mind that I'm not here for. I'm here to get business done, work, you know, be professional. That being said, some people do it and they gain attention, they gain sponsorships and stuff like that. If there's a goal in mind, I don't have a problem with it. But if it's just like, I just want to be vain for the sake of it with no goal, no game plan, and then complain about why this isn't working. What about you?
Yeah, I kind of think it's about being strategic.
Yeah.
I don't know, there are things like this in life where I don't mind if other people do it. I just kind of is what it is. I personally, I'm like you, that feels weird to me to be like, oh, I'm beautiful. Because I feel like social media, the tone of that is like, what would you do in real life? Would you just go up to someone?
Yeah, that's weird.
That being said,
hey, just look, check,
that
observe.
being said, I think there's also a fine line between, hey, I'm going to talk about my achievements, promote myself, like you said. If I have a goal I'm trying to get. But also, I think, you know, if you're trying to be an influencer or something like that, like you said, if there's a goal, there's great. And so it's like that fine line of being able to say, hey, I'm this, I'm good at this, I'm excellent at this. Also, I think if it's more of a testimonial type thing, like, you know what, I used to have low self-esteem, now I know I'm beautiful. You know, I used to, and so I think, like you said, it's a goal. And I think we're all smart enough to know when it comes across as braggadocious or when you're just like, really kind of putting forth your best assets.
Yeah, and now I'll mention this too. I've learned on Instagram, only about 3 to 5% see your initial post. So some people repeatedly post stuff because it's just their brand and they want to make sure that people see what they're up to and what they're doing. So I get that point, but of course that's with the goal in mind.
Yeah, and I think we're talking about more like when you're literally bragging, like you're literally saying, I'm this, I'm that. So, I mean, you do you. I guess.
Now, if you have a close-knit group that you work with,
you'll get what you get from it.
Yeah, for certain people, bragging doesn't come off that way. It comes off as
it's just how you,
And I get that. I respect that.
Yeah.
But if it's just like, I just want to just, you know, if you don't have a goal in mind, that's an issue you want to work on.
Yeah, like I said, I don't mind either way. I don't care. You do you. I really don't. Next, we know that many companies, they're considering that, hey, once this pandemic is over, we're going to still let our employees work from home because they really don't have to come into an office. They can do what they can do at home. What do we think of that?
I love it.
I do too, but I'll let you.
I absolutely love it. And it's for a couple of different reasons, but my main thing is, for me, I'm more productive. When I'm able to work directly in my own house, I just put on a good pair of noise cancellation headphones and get to work. Like, you know, I'll sit down, I'll work. I don't have to really worry about people coming up to the desk or, you know, requesting things out of the blue. If it happens, it does, but at the same time, I'm able to just sit down and focus. And if I want to take a break or something, say for example, I edit video. So one of the main things in video is rendering. And when that happens, you really don't want to touch the computer. So I get up, you know, I may stretch, I may walk for a little bit, I might grab a bite. But since I'm at home, I can play with my daughter for a few minutes. Or, you know, I can double back on emails on a second computer because I have that option at home and I don't have that at the workplace. So there's benefits to it. I mean, plus, just come out here and just talk to Carey, which is awesome. So I like it. I think that it's advantageous for me in my field of work. And this pandemic has shown that it's very possible for a lot of organizations to switch it up for the sake of making sure things are still fluid. What about you?
Yeah, I piggyback off of what you said. I think some of it is we are all so different. Like me, I'm an early bird. And so I get my most productivity early in the day. And by afternoon, I'm just like, okay. And so I think if you can organize it, what works for you, to me as an employer, I prefer to have the best employee I can have, the happiest employee, the healthiest employee.
That's a good point.
So, and I want their best productivity. So whichever day works for them, they may be a night owl. As long as you get things to me by the deadline, I'm good. But also I think globally it'll be better because you're going to lower your, gas emissions and all that because less cars on the road. I think less traffic. To me, this could, in the long run, be less car accidents.
That's good.
And also, like we said, I think we've talked about this personally, just in general. We've talked about how also the time you're seeing in traffic, we can lessen that. And you can actually end up having more time to work. Because I could wake up super early at 5 and get my stuff done instead of waiting until the office opens. If this was my situation. So waiting until the office opens at 8. I've taken all these hours or minutes to drive there, and then plus we'll be happier because we'll be with our families more, like you said. And I think that's just better for us in general.
There's a coworker that I work with that has to drive an hour and a half one way to work. That's 3 hours in their day to get back of productivity and gas. I mean, you're not compensated for the travel. So it's really advantageous for some people to say, hey, you have more time in the day theoretically in most cases, not all. But use it to your advantage. If your company allows you to do what you do and you're able to still do it well, good on you. It's your success.
All right, and then we're also going to talk about PDA. Like, how much is too much? Okay. Your thoughts?
How much is too much?
And by the way, just if you don't know, PDA stands for Public Devotion of Affection.
Public Display of Affection.
Duh.
Jesus
display. I knew that. Brain fart. I knew what that was. Public Display of Affection.
So for me, this is interesting. I'm sure that you may differ on this. It's me. I don't mind it. Like, now if I see somebody doing their thing, I might say yuck and move on with my business, but I don't mind like publicly showing affection to my wife. Like, if we walk and I'm like, hey, we have people that watch this at our family, so maybe I won't give them too much detail. But I enjoy my time with her. We'll hug, we'll kiss, but she doesn't like doing a lot of that stuff in open. I get it, maybe, but my thing is,
I don't mind the hugging and kissing in public.
You don't.
Okay, well, it depends. It kind of does depend on where I'm at. I'm like, well, okay, we're here. That's all.
Look,
it depends.
Hey, look, the way I see it is, I want to set. Now, I don't want to
like react bad to it. It's just
I don't want to set what's necessarily what you call it, like a provocative environment where people just think that you just don't have boundaries. I get that.
Right.
But I like to just, show that I enjoy. And then also, there's going to come a time where our kids, they get older, and I want them to see that we have a healthy relationship. I want them to see that we have a healthy lifestyle and that it's not a show or a facade. And then when they grow up, they don't know how that looks. They don't know what that looks like. They don't know what a good example looks like. So they look for examples that aren't the right one. So, and then you only have one life to live. Like, enjoy it. Enjoy it to the most. Leave your mark. Have fun. What about you?
Okay. Do I personally, if I see other people have PDA, it actually doesn't bother me. It's kind of one of those things, even if it's too much for me, it's kind of fleeting. Like, I think like you, and then it goes, like, I'm not dwelling on it. I'll write in my Dear Diary, I saw someone do PDA. I'm traumatized. That being said, I do think if it gets explicit, that's where it feels like, ew. Like,
now, what do you need? No, you know what?
Let's just use our imagination.
Okay.
Yeah, like when it's just like, okay, you look like you're about to, and I'll be honest, sometimes it's the people too. Like, not you. I'm sorry. I know that's me. That's just a reality. Look, I don't want to see that. Especially not you. That's me. I'm just being honest. But yeah, I don't mind. If I see other people, like I said, just don't be gross and nasty about. Me personally, though, I don't mind PD. It's one of those things, if Allyn shows me, I don't mind it. Like, I don't mind hand holding and stuff like this.
Hand holding? What are we on the first date?
I'm just in public. I think it depends on where I'm at. Like, if it's like a concert or something at night, I think that's different than, like, I don't know, if I'm like at church or around my family. Like, there's levels, right? Like,
hey, church is one of the first ministries. You better, so family's the first. So
gosh. So I think it's, but I don't know. This is one of those things that I don't dwell on it too much.
I get you.
Either way, like, if Allyn shows, it doesn't bother me either way. It's not like I said, doesn't occupy my brain space. I don't get like personally offended. It's just, it is what it is. Who cares? One must go. Ribs
Ribs.
Steak. Shrimp. Fried chicken.
I already know what you about to get rid of.
Do you know?
Actually, I don't. So, okay. Ribs, steak, shrimp, fried chicken. One gotta go?
Yeah, one has to go. One must go.
One must go. One must go for me is gonna be steak. I love ribs. If ribs are cooked well, you don't understand. Like when ribs are cooked right, ribs will dominate any of the other meats.
Yeah.
Fried chicken, shrimp, steak, it don't matter. Right cooked ribs, oh my God. Now, only reason I got rid of steak is because steak to me is like burgers. Like you can like them, but they're really hit and miss sometimes. Some places don't know how to cook them right. Some places don't know how to season them. Some people rush it and it's burnt. Some people undercook it. So to me, it's a little more risky. Like with ribs, you can look at it and be like, okay, them ribs done right. Those are good. Shrimp, the shrimp ain't moving, you good. And fried chicken, well, you can't do fried chicken. Can you do fried chicken wrong? Never mind. Somebody knows somebody that did fried chicken wrong.
I don't know if I've ever had bad fried chicken.
I would say
I've had okay.
Yeah, I would say it's easier to get steak wrong than the rest. To me.
Yeah. Oh no, I've had bad fried chicken from a grocery store.
What about you then? So all right, I gotta get your answer.
For me, ribs can go. I'm not a ribs girl. Parker sleepy.
Let her. Hey, she gonna understand. Parker gonna have ribs one day. You understand? Okay.
I'm not a ribs person. I don't know. I guess because it's like minimal meat.
What kind of ribs you eating?
No, it's like you got all the bones in the meat. I don't know. It just does nothing, and it just feels like it's just fat. Like at least I feel better when I eat. Like when I eat steak, I feel like okay, I'm getting my iron. When I eat, I do like to have shrimp in my like seafood Alfredo and stuff. So I'm like, okay,
I already knew shrimp was staying.
Even though shrimp's not really, because they're like bottom feeders. I don't think they're really good for you.
I knew shrimp was staying though. Yeah.
And then I feel like with chicken, I'm like, okay, I'm getting my good protein. It's chicken. It may be fried, but it's chicken. I feel like with ribs, I feel like there's no type of nutritional value.
See,
like
what
it just feels like it's
was,
fat in meat.
She has not had good ribs.
No. I don't hate ribs. I'll eat ribs. In fact, if you were to make ribs for dinner, I eat it.
I don't need good ribs. You gotta have that fall off the bone rib. Where
no,
it's
I've
like,
had good ribs.
There's bones there, but it don't matter because there's so much meat between them.
I've had good ribs. I don't hate ribs. They're okay. I just like the four it can go. I don't ever order it. I'm never gonna order ribs. It does nothing for me.
So I would say the only chance that steak has for me is Steak Diane that I had at where's the place? It's here in Charlotte.
Is it Cheesecake Factory?
Cheesecake Factory, yeah. So
can we
I
not
do
talk
like
about
Steak
these good
Diane.
foods because we don't have any. I don't have any of these at the house right now. I'm about to eat a turkey sub after this. Seriously.
Options in the quarantine. So
no, I mean it's just we're not like starving. It's just
So y'all notice. So y'all who've been watching this probably noticed the shirt that I've been wearing. This is from our good friend Henry Murphy at Unapologetic Urban Gear. I'm going to put the link at the bottom and in the description. Check it out and use Allyn Carry to get 15% off your order. These guys are dope. The clothing is great. It's comfortable. You can promote your faith. It feels good. It looks good. And, tell them Allyn sent you. Tell them Allyn Carry sent you. Check it out. Let us know what you think. And that's our episode. So thank you guys for watching. Yes. We appreciate you. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. If you want us to talk about something, put it in the comments. We read them, we respond to them, and we might add it in our next episode. Oh,
I do have a question though, you guys. Yeah. Which one do you think should go? Put that in the comment section.
Oh, okay.
Out of the things we said, the rib, steak.
I don't want no people saying they don't like ribs. It's all good.
Put in the comment section.
Yeah, put it below. Let us know what you think, and we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for y'all support, and here's to the next one. Y'all take care and stay safe.
Yes.
All right.
Bye.